This shepherd I shall not want him make an eye like down in a green pastures. Him led I beside still water them. Him restored I soul. Him led I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepare a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah kadama way. How ma uso bolisa. I don't know what it was sickly for. I want you mo where you are dong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodamo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, never claim to be, because we are not. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, and we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right from the crown of the head all the way down to the sole of the feet. And we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodamo, where we speak truth to power. Now remember, we are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram. There on X, formerly called Twitter. Oh yes, we are solidly seated. And on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious, crucial hands of patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodamo, and here we speak truth to power. This is the headquarters of the truth, is the address of the truth, the hometown of the truth, the habitat of the truth. This is the jungle of the truth. This indeed is the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Come along. Now, my brother, my sister, today we have 5 very important issues to look at. A lot of them exclusives. And you know this is the home of exclusives. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. If up till now you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please hit on the subscription button, right after which you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the headquarters of the truth. We are called the Black Empire Media, and the show is the Black Pot. It's the biggest show online on Pan-Africanism and patriotism. And this is the Radical Patriot. My name, Black Rasta. I want to say thank you one more time for joining us. And thank you so much to our sponsors. Oh my God. And thank you for making us #1. Now I want to say thank you so much to Tesori Doriente. Can I say that again? Tesori Doriente. My brother, my sister, it is a shower gel. Italian technology and African raw materials coming together in a beautiful bond and producing this shower gel that is premium quality and very affordable. Now turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori D'Oriente. Listen, it is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and it is long-lasting. It has that oriental fragrance that lingers on around you, oh my God, for over 48 hours. If you're going for an interview, if there is this new chick you have found in your area that you need to talk to, if there's this new guy you found in your area that you need to impress, you know what it is. Tesori D'Oriente. Can I tell you something? That is the secret for my beautiful skin. My brother, my sister, it makes your skin glow after it nourishes it with natural ingredients. Just pour a little bit of it in the middle of your palm, shake the water in the bath, and you will see a rich ladder of foam that nourishes your skin and keeps it glowing like the morning African sun. Above all, it comes in several different fragrances. Remember, I said fragrances, not flavors. And which one of them is your favorite? Try that and tell me. My personal favorite, yes, I love the Forest Therapy. I also love the Royal Oud. Maybe you would love the Ikigai or the KUMAH or the Persian Dream or even more. My brother, my sister, just turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori D'Oriente. Premium quality, made affordable. It's proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. And when we say Daddy Ash Limited, we're talking about premium quality, made affordable. Tesori D'Oriente. Now call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599, as you can see on the screen. With Tesori D'Oriente, you are turning every single shower into a royal experience. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. Now, what kind of insurance cover do you require? Just tell me, and let me tell you what Millennium Insurance cannot do. And that does not exist when it comes to insurance. Home and allied perils insurance, like fires, no problem. Motor insurance policy, get your comprehensive third-party fire and theft, and even third-party insurance, no problem. Travel insurance, no problem. Where are you traveling to? No problem. We'll make sure that you travel safe and that you enjoy your travel with Millennium Insurance. Personal accident and group personal accident insurance, no problem at all. Just visit our sales portal at sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com, and everything is everything. Sometimes natural disasters also strike. I'm talking about floods, fires, maybe even tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanoes, no problem at all. My brother, my sister, you are covered by your trustworthy partner, and that is Millennium Insurance. Our numbers are on the screen. We are dotted all over Ghana, from Takoradi all the way to Tamale, from Cape Coast all the way to Kumasi, from Accra all the way down to Boko. You will find us, Millennium Insurance. Pick up the numbers on the screen and please let us prove to you how trustworthy we are as your partner. Remember, it's not every insurance that is an assurance. It might pretend to be covering you like a plaster, but it is actually and ultimately a disaster. This is Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Lemfi. And when we talk about Lemfi, hey, if you are sending money from Canada or America, hey, if you are able to send $100 and beyond, we give you back $20. It's called a cashback. We give it back to you for free, just because you are a new sender. Now, if you're a new sender, take advantage of that. And if you are sending from the Eurozone or even from the pound zone, no problem. From the UK or any other part of Europe, hey, we'll give you 10 euros back, 10 pounds back when you send 100 pounds or 100 euros and even more. This is LEMFI. No transfer fees, absolutely. And at the same time, we give you the most competitive exchange rates. That is why everybody's talking about LEMFI. Now, I am a proud LEMFian for one reason. Because LEMFI is African. It sounds African. It talks African, walks African, sleeps African, drinks African. It's doing a lot of developmental projects right here in Ghana. Yes, LEMFI. That is what we're talking about. In just seconds, your money is transferred from all these areas across Europe and beyond, from America, from Canada, and you receive it in your bank account or Momo. You tell us how you want to receive it. Please talk to your business partners and also to family and friends. Tell them that if it is not LEMFI, don't send it. But remember one thing, to get the cash back of 20 American dollars or Canadian dollars as a first-time sender, or 10 euros or 10 pounds back, cash back as a first-time sender, please remember to use the referral code 1RASTA. Rasta bakupe, Rasta ekomepe, and that is what you see on the screen. 1RASTA, and that's it. And when you keep sending, use the same referral code 1RASTA, and you keep getting bonus after bonus. Please, if you are sending money to Ghana from the UK, USA, Canada, and the whole of Europe, if it's not LEMFI, don't send it. It is the Blakk Port, aka Kukushunamo, and here we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited to do that. This is the voice of the people. This is the Blakk Port, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. If you are ready, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. ATTA Mills' brother, I regret taking MAHAMA'S appointment. My biggest mistake. Now, for some time now, we've been having a very beautiful debate with Dr. Cadman Mills. He corrected us that he is not ATTA Mills' elder brother, but younger brother. There are 2 years in between them. This is Dr. Cadman Mills. He's an interesting person to debate with. He's very knowledgeable, and he can also be very humorous. He's an old folk, so he comes from the other generation into this generation and walking into the next generation. He's a man who has gathered a lot of experience, and I have a lot of respect for him. How did this debate start? Well, he put out something on Twitter, now called X. That was when Mahama had just returned from the UN to a tumultuous welcome. In fact, this welcome organized by government officials. I am told that it was organized by a Blakk, but he himself has denied it, that he didn't. So who organized it? Is it necessary? Or we are just excited that the president on arrival was met with so much joy? Mahama had gone to the UN and he was able to get the whole of the world, at least 120 countries coming together to say, we agree with you. Oh yes, the resolution. What is the resolution? Slavery is the gravest crime against humanity. 3 countries refuse to think properly: America, Argentina, and Israel. 52 countries cowardly ran away from responsibility. My brother, my sister, the most important thing is that none of these countries was able to stop the acceptance of the resolution. And that is what we are happy about. a Ghanaian president achieve that. So he arrived in Ghana. Whoever organized whatever, people met the president at the airport and they were excited. Dr. Cadman Mills didn't seem to be very excited about that. So what did he do? He went on X and put it out glaringly that it was insane to have government officials like that welcome the president at the airport. And somebody drew his attention to the fact that his own brother, John Evans Atta Mills, a.k.a. Asumdwehine, when he returned from one of his numerous health check-ups in the United States of America, neglecting Ghanaian doctors and Ghanaian hospitals, he was also welcomed. In fact, even bigger than what Mahama had. And then he came back to explain that that was a special occasion. How special was that? Oh, my brother was in a very bad condition. And when he left, many were those who said he was dead. So when he arrived alive, people were excited and had to meet him at the airport. My brother, my sister, I did not agree with this man here called Dr. Cadman Mills, who I have a lot of respect for. What I said was very simple, and we played it back. Today, we're not going to repeat it. But essentially, what we said to Dr. Cadman Mills, Doc, your brother's health was not more special than the arrival of President Mahama after getting that resolution on slavery passed. If you agree with me, then we don't have a problem. My brother, my sister, but he came back to say that he actually told his brother, his elder brother, John Evans Atta Mills, after he arrived to that tumultuous welcome, that it was insane to have allowed that. But when he came to MAHAMA'S tent, he decided to go out playing to the gallery. My brother, my sister, he explained why he did that. And today, my brother, my sister, we're going to put it out. In fact, Dr. Cadman Atta Mills, over the weekend, decided to write me a love letter. And I am excited because I love debates. I can't wait to have this wonderful man sit in front of me with a microphone in between us to look at very beautiful issues like this. Let us go to Twitter, now called X, and see what the wonderful economist put out over the weekend. This was what he said. He said, "Come again, Black Rasta, the sequel. I listened to your attempt at a rebuttal of my opening salvo. I was incredulous." I don't know if he wanted to say it was incredulous or what it is here. But I think that he wanted to say it was incredulous. You know, sometimes some of these things happen. Maybe I should have listened to the advice of people that I respect who counseled me not to draw attention to you because they claimed I wouldn't know that you are a paid political character assassin. This is what the honorable man, Dr. Cadman Atta Mills, said. That people that he respected told him that I am a paid political character assassin. And you all are here. And you know exactly who Black Rasta is. In fact, later in this epistle, he says a lot of things that I did not know about him. Maybe I want to draw his attention to the fact that this is the other side of Black Rasta that he doesn't know. I've never been paid by anybody. Nobody can come out and say, I have paid Black Rasta a penny to do anything for me politically, to spin things around. No, sir, we only deal with the facts. That is why this place is called the headquarters of the truth. Over 30 years of experience, my brother, my sister, right here, talking to you and speaking my mind. Not one man. Many of those we started with, they fallen by the roadside for one reason or the other, but we keep soldiering on. not because of might, power, and strength, but simply because we have stayed glued to the truth. Nobody, dead or alive, can ever say that I am a paid character assassin, and that is more than glaring. Can I ask you one question before I continue? When you were with your brother, did you ever see me around your corridors? That tells you that Black Rasta is not even easy to see. I don't go to discotheques. I don't go to places people go to. I am a hermit. I hide and pray. And I get glued to the sentiments of the people and the prosperity of society. Better still, the well-being of society. So to say that your friends even conjectured that Black Rasta might be a paid political character assassin, I take serious offense to that. And I think that the people that you respect, you claim you respect, think twice about them. These are not people who are supposed to be respected. They are character assassins themselves. Can I continue now? Now the narrative again was A, full of easily verifiable false statements. So he said I made false statements. B, vicious distortion of my comment on the airport reception. Shocking because my statement on the airport reception was written. C, illogical. I don't share and never had private moments with JDM. So how should or can I communicate my views to JDM the same way I did with my brother? Can you imagine this? Dr. Cadman Mills, you are a senior member of society. There's no day, and please don't be hypocritical about this. You will call Mahama on the phone. If you don't have his number, even the ants and cockroaches in your room, they have that number because you are a senior member. Don't underrate your power and yourself. Today, I believe if you call Mahama, he will come running to your house for advice because of who ATTA Mills was to him. So don't play hypocrite. It's unfair to say you don't have the relationship you had with your brother, with Mahama. Yes, it might not be everything in total, but at least a call to them. Even me, I call him. Time after time, 100 calls, he might just answer one. Sometimes when I'm impatient, I just leave a message. Whether he sees it or not, I have made my mind known. So I find this a little funny to say I don't have a relationship with Mahama, and therefore I cannot convey my message to him. I have to go to social media and talk to Mahama. A senior citizen. No, this is quite nauseating. D, proof that even though you claim you respect me, and I do every day, anytime, I would say that. I guess because AI, which by the way can flip. Yes, AI, which by the way can guess. Because AI, which by the way can be full of mistakes, yes, AI, which by the way can be full of mistakes, claimed that I was a prominent economist. You have absolutely no clue about me, reason or history of my political activism, and yes, my political convictions that I try to draw attention to in my academic writings on the international economic order, in unequal exchange and structural adjustment, my blog, Savor Democracy, and lately on social media. I have to agree with you. I don't know politicians. I am so ignorant about the personal lives, sometimes even the public lives of politicians. When I criticize the content, not the personality. That's how come I meet a lot of politicians and they expect that I should know them. And I don't know jack about them. Because the last time I talked about them, it was because of something they did. And once I spoke about it and addressed it, I took the personality out of my head. Gone. To be honest with you, I don't know you, except that you are a brother. 2, a man that we all loved and appreciated. But a few of the things that you wrote that I was privy to gave me a lot of insight into who you might probably be, Dr. Cadman Mills. And I have a lot of respect for you, basically because of your brother, John Evans ATTA Mills, and also because of how eloquently you write, how sagaciously you write. So I love you, okay? Because I love academics. I love people who write well, like you. Beside that, I must tell you that I don't know you. Okay? So you are right. Now for the mundane. Now that it makes any difference to me, not that it makes any difference to me, but I am not the elder brother of President Mills. In fact, I am not even his twin, even though I am always very flattered that Google insists that I am. I will be 80 years in a few weeks, and trust me, I feel and assume my age. President Mills would have been 82 in July this year. Make of it what you please. So certainly, you are the younger brother. Kudos. You come from the same family as a great man. And for me, you are a great man too. Flip. This is the person we're talking about. So that was what he wrote over the weekend. And it's not ended yet. I did not criticize President Mahama for the airport reception. For all I know, President Mahama, much like President Mills, had no clue that such a reception was being organized for his return. And I am very confident that President Mahama, who has developed a habit of always surprising me, and very positively, would have reacted exactly the same way as Okujeto Ablakwa, his hand-picked foreign minister, did when he became aware that a surprise welcome of captive foreign ministry staff. Look at how he describes them. Captive foreign ministry staff. The man just came out of a UN meeting talking about captives, slaves, reparations, and is using the same language here. Captive. It means they were forced to come and welcome Mahama. That's his opinion. Let's go further. Now, well, he says, had been organized to meet him at the airport. So those captive foreign ministry staff. Now, on the same day, I commented on Ablakwa's reaction as tongue-in-cheek and yes, mocked his African tradition. Were you aware of that? No, I wasn't. I wasn't. Again, I don't follow you that much. It's only when the news people pick what you write up that I decide to go after that and do a bit of reading around you. I won't say I do too much reading about you because I have so much to read. But I try not to be unfair to you and to any other person that I decide to pick on and make my comments on. Can we go on? Where I questioned what the Ghanaian, in fact, African tradition of civil servants being encouraged, advised, or feeling that for their career advancement, they have to be seen at airport send-offs and welcoming ceremony, waving little flags, seated, because they were probably very tired and looking very much like they would rather be somewhere else. Trust me, Black Rasta, I don't need any education from you or anyone else on how historic Ghana's drawing attention to the odious crime against humanity that slavery was. Indeed, if this had been a genuine, popular, and spontaneous public welcome, not restricted to government appointees to welcome President Mahama on his return after such a historic feat, I, like you, would have been amongst the first to be there, with a brass band, shaking my old bones and screaming at the top of my voice. So the point is that it was not even announced that the president was arriving on the day. I'm sure if it was, a lot of people would have come to the airport, inundating every space of the airport. So it's better to keep it silent and invite a few people to come to the airport. Blakk Rasta, I see you characterize yourself as a radical patriot who puts Africa first, presumably in your political commentary. Like you and I see myself as a radical African economist who comments, engages, and encourages public debate so that the right policies are prescribed by international financial institutions and government officials for Africa. I have always done this without asking for or expecting a job. On the contrary, I have been fired from jobs for my activism. Congratulations. You are my friend then. Maybe my mentor. I love people like you who will put their jobs on the line just to do the right thing. Pan-Africanism. You are my mentor. I have a lot to learn from you, Cadman Mills. I would strongly recommend that you read this book written by a Ghanaian on the contributions of notable African, including Ghanaian radical social scientists, to the debate on neocolonialism, dependent development, and the liberation of Africa. Flip, quick, please follow me. I believe I play a useful role on social media and my social commentary because I specialize on debunking and questioning seemingly good policies, which are indeed fallacies. I call them mindless populism. Mindless populism, such as the one you seem to endorse with unrestrained passion. So in your opinion, I am engaged in fallacies and mindless populism. And when I give it back to you, you can't sit. You see, any which way, we will continue, such as the one that you seem to endorse with unrestrained passion. I cannot stress enough how and why I totally disagree with you that it will be good policy for Ghanaians to insist that senior government officials should be made to seek medical treatment in the country. I formed this view when I lost a very dear friend because our hospitals are inadequately equipped to provide for the basics such as a bed for care for the majority of the population. And I sincerely believe that this should be the priority of priorities. So he says he actually disagrees with this. Hold it there. Let me go to that again. He says, I cannot stress enough how and why I totally disagree with you that it would be good policy for Ghanaians to insist. So for him, no. Senior ministers, Ghanaians, any other person can fly out there because our hospitals are bad. But let's go deeper. Maybe he has something in there that will explain this better. Fly. But Blakk Rasta specifically wrote about my views on heads of states getting medical treatment abroad on X and made my position crystal clear. Were you unaware? Again, I do not follow you. If you were not aware, why would you comment on my views when you are clueless about them? I commented on what you said, and I drew inferences from what you said. Simple. And if you are aware, you could have stated that you disagreed with my insistence that my brother should be treated abroad, where he had his medical record. So you see, he agreed that his brother should be treated abroad because Ghana has hospitals that are not good, sometimes no beds. Was it not your brother's duty to fix that? So if you insist that people like your brother should fly out there and get treatment, what happens to me? Who gave him a vote of confidence to be in there, to deal with me? I don't get it. Cadman Mills here is saying that he believes that anybody in the capacity of his brother should actually fly out of the country to seek medical attention. He has no problem with that. because he lost a family member or a friend to our bad hospitals right here in Ghana. Whose duty is it to fix it? The people we elect into power or us? Who? What are our taxes for? And interestingly, when ATTA Mills flew out of this country, it came out, though this is just an estimate, that he probably spent about $5 million American dollars on the numerous times that he went to the hospital. At the time, same time, the president of Zimbabwe, and I'm talking about Robert Mugabe, was spending $1, $2, and $3 million every time he visited. American dollars. $3 million he paid to Singaporean doctors to treat him, according to the BBC. And the finance minister of Zimbabwe agreed to that. So how much was ATTA Mills spending? I'll show you a report by Ghana Ware right after this one. How Ghanaians were so frustrated and wanted to know how much their president ATTA Mills was blowing on American doctors. The same America that wanted homosexuality to be legalized. And ATTA Mills stood on his 2 feet and said no. He was going to them for treatment. My brother, my sister, and blowing our money on that. And Dr. Cadman Mills says it's okay simply because he was president. He could blow the money. And he was not ready to even tell us how much he was blowing. Should we not know? Yes, it's not by force that we should know how much he's blowing. But democratically, accountability. Tell us how much Mr. President is blowing on flying out of the nation, going to America, and treating himself. Cadman Mills said there was nothing wrong with that. Everything was okay. Kufuor sat in this country, had the whole major surgery. Kufuor is still alive. The American doctors couldn't save ATTA Mills from the icy hands of death. And I'm very careful when I say this, out of love and everything, but the point has to be made. My brother, my sister, the money ATTA Mills was blowing on American doctors, when I show you that report later, could have fixed a whole hospital that he wouldn't need to fly. But no, he preferred to fly. And Cadman Mills endorsed it. That's what we are talking about. We are debating. Okay? But how dare you call me the unprintable names you called me for genuinely believing that it will be the wrong priority for Ghana to be building medical facilities to treat the rich man's diseases. Which one is the rich man's diseases? So if it's a poor man's disease, it's okay to die with that. I don't get it. Which one is the rich man's disease? Which one is that? Cancer or malaria? Tell me which ones are the rich man's diseases. It was rumored that ATTA Mills had cancer of the throat. Is that a rich man's disease? I want to know. Blakk Rasta, I could write volumes on some of the statements and attributions that you made that were not just atrocious, but totally uninformed. But I will address only one for now to set the record straight. I consider myself to be President John Mahama's biggest cheerleader, especially, of course, when I agree with him, which I almost always do. And I do it publicly, not behind closed doors, because I want everyone to appreciate him. If you check my timeline, I have stated that I am in awe of MAHAMA'S government for being a listening government. Effusively praised him for his stance on soul sourcing, campaign financing abuses, his leadership style, and that of his ministers, etc., etc. No amount of twisting facts can change that. I put it on the public record. Here is a small sample. I own them And I make absolutely no apologies to you or anyone else who insists that Cadman Mills hates John Dramani Mahama. You wish? No, I don't think that I said that. I'm very careful when I use the word hate. I don't think that was what we said. I said that you probably have sour grapes. And 2, that you probably wanted to make the government unpopular. I never used the word hatred. So don't twist my words like you claim I am twisting yours. I am also not bitter because John Mahama failed, and this is very important, failed to give me a job in his government. I have been on early retirement since 2006, in part because I don't fare well in jobs, as in reporting to others. Besides, I hate having a job because my employers are often trying to fire me and sometimes succeeded. I even hesitate to do consultancies, which I solicit when I am broke. And that's very, very, I'm looking for that word, honest of you. That's very honest, that very plain of you. My daily rate is ridiculously high, so I can do just a few days and pay my debts. Because you have to report to someone. Okay, well, I accept advisory roles and roles where I provide oversight. For the record, I did not consider myself as being employed by my brother. I shared my views with him, which he could take or leave, and often royally rejected my advice. It was a paid advisory role, which I believe is different from being employed by the people you advise. I leave that to your judgment. Oh, my brother, I was advising him and he was paying me, but I was not employed. Yo, Mate. I had hoped to play the same role under Mahama. 1-0. Listen, this is the most important part of the thing. And I stayed on for 4 years, but it was nothing short of a disaster. Those who know me know that I thought staying on after my brother's death was the biggest mistake I made in my career, through no fault of MAHAMA'S. I was not thinking straight. I should have known better. At my age, this is a mistake I will never make again. I will continue speaking my mind and offering my views on where I think Ghana should be heading. I will continue to draw attention to myself and those that I think hold similar views as I do, and especially to views that I hold dear. Whether Blakk Rasta likes it or not, I will bring myself. You ask me what I want. I will not beat about the bush. I want the next NDC leader to be someone who comes closest to what I consider my wing of the party, which I have also publicly identified. I will elaborate on this, what I propose to ensure that I support such candidates if they present themselves, or make sure they are recruited. In that context, it will be clear why I think it would be a political mistake at this juncture for every eligible potential NDC candidate to present himself or herself as a Mahama clone, which I will also define. Brace yourself, Blakk Rasta. Stop this mindless political populism. So that statement has returned. The fallacies, political populism, as attributed to me. Playing to the gallery, calling names, and on seemingly theatrics. To return the compliment, you are bigger than that. That's SHATTA WALE. Okay. So it's very simple. This is what Dr. Cadman Mills wrote. I mean, he's on retirement, so he has a lot of time on his plate. He can write a lot of things, and this is the time to be able to pick up a lot of wisdom from him. A great man like that. He made it clear that it was the biggest disaster for him to work under Mahama and take his appointment during the Mahama 1.0. Because at the time, probably after the death of his brother, he wasn't thinking right. And he wasn't probably doing the right thing. I don't know what became of that. Whether he was fired or they just left him on as a charity material and then just decided to give him money for doing nothing or for not thinking right. Whatever it was, Dr. Cadman Mills didn't go into detail. But that's what he said. And with all respect, I don't believe in government officials flying out of the country to go for treatment. The more they do that, the more our hospitals will collapse. And that's the point we are making so clearly. We can disagree. That's why it's a debate. The money ATTA Mills spent, $5 million plus American dollars, as alleged, because he never put it out, could have built, in fact, equipped a whole hospital to the point that whatever he had could have been treated here. But no, he preferred to go out. In fact, at the endorsement of his brother, Dr. Cadman Mills, neglect Ghanaian doctors and hospitals and go there. And he still stands by it, according to him. Now let us recap when they wrote via Ghana Web that beautiful piece. What was the headline like? Ghanaians wanted to know. Taxpayers demand Mills's medical bills. My brother, and this was July 2012, a few days before Mills passed on. Ghanaians wanted to know. The president had been absent, flying left, right, and center at the taxpayers' cost. Can you at least have the courtesy to tell us how much you are blowing on yourself? Yes, you are serving us. It's our duty to take care of you. But what happened to our hospitals? What happened to our doctors? You fly with your entourage every now and then. And when you read it, you will marvel. Run it, my youth. Now, Ghanaian taxpayers are asking government to disclose how much it has spent on President John Evans ATTA Mills' recent medical trip to the United States of America. Now, the taxpayers believe that they deserve to know how their monies are spent, apart from concern that he is wasting so much state money on his trips abroad for medical reasons. There is also concern about his long absence from work because of the frequency recurring medical checkups. Now, the BBC last week reported that President Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe draws $3 million American dollars from the treasury each time he travels to Singapore for medical checkups, a statement that was confirmed by the Zimbabwean finance minister, Tendai Biti, of the coalition partner, the Movement for Democratic Change. Now, Ghanaians deserve to know how their money is being spent. President Mills did not spend his personal money. Ghanaian taxpayers' money or the oil money would have been used to offset the medical bills. Justice Boateng, who works with Ghana Revenue Authority, has stated. GRA, flip the page. And listen, remember, the president went with his entourage, and they were in the U.S. for the number of days he spent there, he added. Now, Joyce Bubuame, nurse at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, stated, who knows, the amount spent in U.S. might have been enough to equip at least one hospital in Ghana. It was the biggest embarrassment that our president went to the States for his medical treatment. We must be told how much it cost the Ghanaian taxpayer. Dash it away. So Ghanaians were crying. And the Mills, he was blowing our money on American doctors, and we didn't have the right to know because of endorsements like this from Dr. Cadman Mills. For him, yeah, it's okay for you to fly out of the country and go and do whatever you want. Government official or no government official. After all, our hospitals here are bad. Who is supposed to fix that? Who is supposed to fix that? Let's see how ATTA Mills arrived in the country. And look at how they mocked him by making him try to jog or to trot or to hop, whatever you want to call it. That's the plane. It arrived. Napoleon Akitito reported for GTV News. And look at the teeming number of Ghanaians who came out there to welcome the president, because it had been rumored that he had died. Mahama was standing by him. He was shaking hands with the people, okay? And watch him. That's Mr. President. Yes, he arrived. And they made him stand at the tarmac. For only God knows how much he kept that pace. And look at him. They are making him jog. You see that? Can you see that? Yes. They are making him jog. He's trying to prove to the people that the American doctors are better than the Ghanaian doctors. You see, they are better. Yeah, better than the Ghanaian doctors. Better. Can't you see that I'm well? Then all of a sudden, it was time for him to address the Ghanaian people. And that was where he betrayed our millions that he used to treat himself. That was where he betrayed the American doctors. That day when I heard him, I wept. Is this what the president says? He's healed? He's strong enough? Is that it? Oh my God. I remember when it was rumored around that he wasn't well. And he said he was healthier than all his political opponents who claimed he wasn't. And that they should bring doctors to test them and they will see what the truth was. Let's listen to the president. Okay? Talk. Min kai yao, as they say in Akan, is not to be able to remind you of bad things. But that was how they mocked him. The guys were happy to have him there. So sick, so they could do whatever they wanted to do behind his back. That's my opinion. Listen to the president.
I have just arrived from the U.S., where I undertook a regular medical checkup. Thank God, everything is okay. Yeah. But let me explain something. It is my tradition to have regular medical checkup in Ghana. However, my doctors felt that for one or two reasons, which required more comprehension, we will go outside the country. Now, according to the Constitution, whenever I leave the country, I have to indicate. But thanks to each and every one of you, I would urge that we continue to pray for all those who decide to go for medical checkup or to go for review. I have a message. The report of the review tell me one thing, that past, the present, and the future. And therefore, I should drive from here to the castle to continue my work. Now, let me tell you this thing. We should all work together. We in NDC, we have a job to do. Let us make use.
According to him, the doctors had cleared him that he was fit like a fiddle, so he should come and continue with his work at the castle. Was this a healthy man? Let's call a spade a spade. Let's put all the sentiments aside. All the millions went to the American doctors. They endorsed his fiddle-like nature, that he was fit like the fiddle. Go and continue. A few days later, he passed on. We were told it was a massive heart attack. But my brother, listen to the way the president was talking. If it was today, we would have blamed it on AI. We would have said it was AI. What point is Blakk Rasta making? Look, I think that it will be a very good policy for every government official, from president all the way down to every single official, to remain in Ghana, be treated in Ghana at all costs. Unless it is said that, oh, this treatment we can't find in Ghana. It's a disease that is only in the United States. For that matter, we don't treat it here. That's a different thing. Blakk agrees with me. And he keeps trumpeting that. Yet when they came into power, we saw the Vice President Jane fly out of the country. This hypocrisy has to stop. The nonsense must stop. When are we going to build our hospitals? When we all, at the least provocation, fly out of the country to treat ourselves? When are you going to deal with it? If you have food in your kitchen that you leave aside because there's another kitchen that provides you with better food, when would you improve the quality of your kitchen's food? After all, you are always excited at eating from another man's kitchen. Is that independence? Or independence does not include health? So when a Pan-Africanist tells me, oh, I disagree with you, every sick person, be it the president or whoever, if they want to fly out of the country to go and treat themselves, they should. No, we have to put pressure on you to fix the system. We have to put pressure on you. So it's not by force. If you cannot obey this, then don't be a government official. Simple, it's not by force. We want to see our hospitals work, and our Blakk agrees with what I'm saying. Many other people agree. Kufuor, he loves his life as well, but he sat in Ghana here and had a major surgery. Now here we have ATTA Mills telling us that, oh, he had always had his medical checkups in Ghana. But this one, it was said that he needed some specialized, intense treatment that Ghanaian doctors couldn't provide. Whatever it is, my brother, my sister, we judge nobody. All we want to say is that fix the system. I want to die in a Ghanaian hospital if it comes to my time. I want to die on the Ghanaian soil if I will die at all. I don't want a foreign casket. I don't want a foreign morgue. Left to me alone, this is my home. So, finally, to Dr. Cadman Mills, the debate goes on. And I would like to draw your attention to one thing. It's a debate. It is difficult for you to accept that you are wrong. And that is ego. You claim that your brother traveling out and coming here was special. But the UN resolution on slavery was not special enough for that. And in your opinion, if people had naturally come rather than being organized to come and stand there, it would have been more natural and you too would have been there. In default, they welcomed the president. Maybe it was impromptu, a knee-jerk reaction. We just fit right. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we always speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. AYAWASO by election. My fans gave the TV sets, not me. This is Baba Jamal. How many of us know Alhaji Baba Jamal Ahmed? That's him. Very interesting personality. He's a lawyer by, profession, and of course a politician by choice. He went to the University of Ghana And whilst he was at the University of Ghana, he was so business-minded. He drove a Ford 4590 in the days as a student. By the age of 26, he was already building a house for his mother. So he's a man who loves business. And he has his own chambers, Baba Jamal Chambers. Okay? And his chambers is presently handling that the Lumbers issues, you know, the funeral issues and beyond. This is Baba Jamal. He became the counselor, yes, the consular for Nigeria from Ghana. So we started to call him Your Excellency. All of a sudden, he sought permission to come on leave and go ahead to contest for a position of an MP at the AYAWASO East by-elections. And at the by-elections, it came out that all of them gave out bribes to voters. I call that bribes. My brother, my sister, they were giving things to delegates. Some gave hard cash. Some gave TV sets, 32 inches. I don't know if it was a Malam that advised that. And there you can see by the kind courtesy of GH1 and Star, the TV sets being carried around. My brother, my sister, and Baba Jamal actually won by a margin of 32. Interesting. This is Baba Jamal. And Amina Adam, the widow of the MP who passed on, came second. This is the man we're talking about. He was a very wealthy man. Baba Jamal went ahead to win the by-election. Last night, Baba Jamal called me and didn't seem to be very excited about the fact that I had made some commentary about him, and I said that he should be ashamed that after giving bribes to all these people and winning an election, he carries himself as an honorable member. He didn't like it. And he told me point blank, Blakk Rasta, I thought you would have called me to talk to me so that I will explain myself to you. I have a lot of respect for you. This, your channel is huge. You don't know how many people drew my attention to this long after I had seen it myself. Now that it's all over, I thought that I should be talking to you right now. So I asked him, Honorable, I know it's late, but can I record you? I want to have an interview with you. And he said, yes. So we started to have a conversation. And the conversation was so interesting. I would love you to listen to the conversation that we had. Recorded with his permission. Watch this.
My brother, you know, from the very onset, I came out with a statement telling the whole world that I have not done anything wrong. And I will avail myself for the committee for any investigation. And true to my word, the committee invited all of us. I availed myself. The committee talked to me and they did their own investigation. I know the committee was clear that there were things that were shared, generally. But I don't think that the committee pinned anything down to Baba Jamal. I don't think that the committee came and said that Baba Jamal shared this or that. From the very onset, I told you that I cannot discount the fact that some people might have shared some things on my behalf. And those people have come out to boldly say that they are ready to come even on air to say that they are the ones who brought those TVs that were shared. And even the eggs that they were talking about, somebody who is outside, who now asks people to pick eggs and eat eggs, and they say Baba Jamal is sharing eggs. And then Kushani Moko and all those things. These are things that were not done by me or under my instruction. So if somebody does that, how do you pin it to me? So I want to state again, as I stated in my press statement, I know I've not done anything wrong. I won on my own merit, And of course, if everybody shared, then of course, at the end of the day, the denominator will be performance and competence. And I know that the people bought through my message and they accepted and voted for me for who I am, but not for whatever thing that somebody might have given them or somebody might have shared. So I want my brother to know that, as I said, I have not done anything wrong. I stand by it. I've gone through the elections. By Allah's grace, I've won. I am going to do my best for the people for what reason they elected me, and not because of anything that was given to them.
Interesting. If I may ask you, do you think that the highest bidder won at the election, or it was just message?
Not at all. Not at all. Because the five of us who contested the election, it was obvious and clear that I had a better message. And two, it was obvious and clear that in terms of pedigree and electoral experience, I am higher than all the other four, which they themselves admit. It is clear that I had a better message, I have a better status, I had more experience in terms of parliamentary work and all those things. I have it. Look, when you look at the the five people who stood, I mean, put us on the same scale and then final. And at the end of the day, I think that the best person won the elections, and that is me. By Allah's grace, I've been in parliament before. I brought my experience to bear on them. I even started setting schemes far before the election, far before, when we didn't even know this election will come on, in terms of helping women in the community. I mean, standing for them in terms of court. I mean, retrieving their letters of administration, all this. Those are things that I started long ago. I've been in the community since 2017, and I have been working with them all this while. So I think that, and look, when I stood the last time, people don't even know that the last time I was a candidate, I contested the late MP, and I was second on the ballot. So people don't even know that I contested that time. He beat me. He had about 400. I had about 300. The difference was just about a little above 100. So if anybody wants to say that it was because of what people were giving, no. It was because of who I am, what the people believe I can do, the message I can give, I gave them, and the representation they anticipate that I'll give them in Parliament.
Right, right. So the majority in parliament wanted the results to be annulled. How are they receiving you? Are they supporting you or not?
Oh, of course, they are supporting me and receiving me very well. It is an issue that they decided to express their view on, but finally, when the dust was settled and the results of the report of the committee came out, I think that there is no any problem, no difference. I've been in parliament, the same majority that received me, that took me through the process, that presented me to the speaker for me to be sworn in. So far, I've been working with them without any problem at all. In fact, this is something we have put behind us, and we are on in parliament working together. I
Two more
hold no
questions.
grudges. I have no grudges against anybody, and I don't expect anybody to have any grudges against me.
Two more questions, and I'm done.
Mm.
What's your relationship between the lady, the widow of the MP who passed on right now?
Oh, my relationship with them.
Yes, your relationship with the
Of
widow.
course, it has been very cordial. We don't have any problem at all. She came and supported, even though she could not come out to campaign. But her campaign team came out to support, and then we all worked together. So we don't have any problem at all, and we continue to live as neighbors, as members of the same constituency, and I don't expect any problem ahead.
Finally, Baba Sadiq replaced you as ambassador. Uh, how do you see this replacement?
Oh, I think that he also have some advantages like I did have, like he can speak Hausa. Because Nigeria, when he speak Hausa, it helps. And then also he's a Zongo person. He's a Muslim. He understands the dynamics in the Zongo. I think that will help him in connecting with the people. You know, Abuja is in the north, and so it is more in the Hausa land. And then also he's a politician, a young politician. I'm sure he has a lot of, he has gained some experience. And coupled with the fact that we are all around to help him. I've already had some preliminary discussions with him. And so we will all help him to make Ghana proud there.
And what's your relationship with the president, especially that he put? So what's your relationship with the president? And he said, oh, it's cordial. I mean, the president has been very nice and, you know, he's really not disappointed. We are having a very good time. That was what he said. Now, this was what Baba Jamal said. If everybody shared, then the common denominator or the deciding denominator, the deciding reason would be something else aside just what you gave out. How about if it's the magnitude of what you gave? He agreed that he gave transportation at a committee sitting. And he also said, as he told us in the interview, that he never gave anything out to any delegates. It was his fans or people who purported to be supporting him. They were those who gave those things out. But he personally did not know anything about that. And that was why he won the primaries. And he went ahead to win and go straight into parliament. My brother, my sister, he says that the committee found out that, oh yes, all of them gave some things out, but nothing was pinned to him as to, oh, he gave this or he gave that. But everybody gave something out. And he agreed that he gave out TNT, transportation. My brother, my sister, is it allowed to give TNT to delegates? Especially before voting. Oh, come and take TNT. Come and take. I don't want to prolong this. We have made our comments already. Baba Jamal is an honorable gentleman, and this is his rebuttal. So we have put it out. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Why-yo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente, Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori Doriented.
Blackpot. Kuku show them.
It's the Blackpot, aka Kuku Shonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize. When we do, on very rare occasions, then it is to build and not to destroy. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Tesori Doriente. Turn every single shower into a royal experience. And thanks so much to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Remember, it's not every insurance that is an assurance. Some of it may cover you like a plaster, but it is ultimately a disaster. Thanks so much to Lemfi. Now, if you're sending money from America, Canada, and the whole of Europe, if it's not Lemfi, with a referral code 1RASTA, forget it. This is the Blackpot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 3. Watch this. LILIAN Kuma still demands answers for husband's murder 2 years on. Who is LILIAN Kuma? LILIAN Kuma is an apostle of God. She's a Christian minister of God. Humble beginnings, she rose into the echelons of politics without ever knowing. She got married to a man who became a politician, John Kuma. John Kuma rose to become a deputy finance minister. He was a man who was active on social media. They had a very beautiful time. Of course, there were times that were a little tumultuous, as we can say of almost every marriage. But they were able to weather the storm and moved on into positivity. Then the big news came. John Kuma was very ill. He had to be flown outside the country. Ghanaian doctors couldn't handle it. Ghanaian hospitals couldn't handle it. John Kuma, a politician who was more than just burden, faded out. He died cold like ice. Then it was time to look at his will. He didn't leave a will behind. He died intestate. And therefore, family had to come together and give out what was to go to who and what was to go to who and what should be kept by the family. John Kuma had a beautiful family. Wife, John Kuma himself, and children. Very beautiful children. LILIAN loves God. So she decided to jump straight into the church to find solace while she was still mourning. Oh, because she saw how her husband died. She was hit with yet another thunderbolt. A radio journalist, a broadcaster who so many people love and listen to, Captain Smart, broke her heart. What did Captain Smart say that broke the heart of LILIAN Kuma to the point that LILIAN Kuma had to respond? Watch this.
What actually killed Akotose and Sir John? Was it COVID? Go and ask Maxwell Kofi Juma what he's battling. Look, here, Ghana for yay, yabo mem head your main so pain. So in Ghana, tell me you want 70s, any 60s, any 50s. No, we've been here before. It's maybe Benjamin says, I'm in Ghana inside my palms. I know what I'm talking about. I promise you one day I'll tell you who I am. All of a sudden, I could toss a Tim. Sir John, mpacho minim mi busa. Oni akoto say then e kum won. But Andy appear kubi there minim. On your tiase, he can answer for himself. He was poisoned. Yeah, man, poisoned so Andy. Andy appear kubi. Now, are you lucky? Sa doctor no, and the Sevi and the appear kubi by now wewu. The leader of the men at 88. Men are me catch them. Hey, say ya me no ka say. Brian Champon. Wona we are the ex-girlfriend. We are the day or Judy said day, woman in so man aduane, Brian Champon him on the da. We shall have no. Ka some them ka TV so. This issue of poisoning is the same way they are poisoning the development and the future of this country. These guys, only God knows what they are capable of doing. Remember, body nipa ya poison no akobisa no. Andy appear kubi number 1. John Kuma number 2. Even Temawu to me number 3. You think we don't know? We know. Huh? When the tongue could do a quang, Peter won't be a tongue could do a quang. All of a sudden, they got the car numbers, my car numbers. It's Bedroom Street, it will not be tongue could do. Woman is a Captain Pequedu. I'm about damn. Huh? I've been canceling. One show we now were parts of the more, you poison work Kuma to watching. Say MPP party the way we a mistake. You better poison the D. Mama names. And the appear could be was poisoned. Doctor no share no way yakwe. Me didn't thrown to a beer so that.
Captain Smart is his name. In fact, he mentioned it whilst John Kuma was alive. And when John Kuma died, he referred to it. He said Chairman Wontumi was poisoned in Tamale. John Kuma poisoned Andy Appiah Kubi, and he dared people who did not believe him to go and ask Andy Appiah Kubi. It wasn't long after he said this, and John Kuma died. Of course, at the time, John Kuma was ill. And his wife came out very angry, saying that, hey, you said my husband was poisoned by the NPP people. You said he was murdered after he died. So she went straight to seek redress from the government in power. Investigate. Then the NPP was in power. Investigate. Start a national investigation into the death of my husband. And let me know if what Captain Smart is saying is true or false. In fact, Lilian herself decided that she would go to court and haul Captain Smart there so that he would give evidence as to who truly poisoned her husband. Now, 2 years gone. This was in March 2024. We are in April 2026, 2 years gone. What has become of the investigations? Or has Lilian now decided to put this behind her? We placed a call to Lilian to find out what has become of the investigation. And she told us that she was at a conference after the second call, and therefore she would not want to speak. My brother, my sister, who poisoned John Kuma? Was he poisoned? Who poisoned him? That is the big question we are asking. Or has the family just decided that, you know what, there was no poison? The autopsy results, what did it say? Is the family satisfied with it? And therefore, the family doesn't want to follow up on this poisoning thing. Whatever it is, John Kuma has been gone. He wouldn't be here to fight for justice, but his family is here. Lilian said she is not ready to talk about it yet. Has she given up? Of course, she's married to a new man now. And they returned from a honeymoon a few months back. You remember we brought that up here. And she probably wants to, as soon as possible, as a matter of urgency, move on with her life so that that pain that saddled her for several years will not revisit her. We wish the family all the best. And if you have agreed that you are not interested in the investigation anymore, do let us know so that we will stop pursuing as well. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this. A+ needs common sense. And this is a constituent talking. Wow. I chanced upon a video on social media. I saw a pretty lady talking against A+. And I wanted to find out exactly why she was that angry. So I paid attention to the video and she made a few points. Watch this.
Kwame A+, officer Oyade Amon. Kwame A+. Ukrobu kwana tutunu. Enesa oye. Also ye Gomoa first. Where be we na emara nyem efa nyem. We num na bedoso woni cocaine bedoso woni any tramol. Cowboys boys yi. Omra mo di ago nyina ama no wi. Tramol. Ye na wo de hia wo. Wo se mpanifo ne ma onyansa. Wo kwana tutunu enesa oye. Na you timo msika fa de djuma. Na nya sa Gomoa first yi. Ye na wo manwa nyem. Abortion for fa. Tramol for fa. We for fa. Masa, busa mpanifo ne nche wati na we de amwa.
Well, she said, A+, you brought Gomoa first. 3 days of entertainment to your constituency. But you forgot all of a sudden that there are potholes all over. Unmotorable roads. All over. From the 2nd all the way to the 5th. In fact, 4 days of Gomoa Easter Carnival. Have you soon forgotten that you have immotorable roads? You have roads that need to be fixed. This Gomoa Fest that you brought, you only brought it together for drug addicts. People to go there and smoke marijuana, use tramadol, and young girls who have had abortions over and over. They all came there. They are there to have sex, nothing more than that. They are there to fornicate. And you think you have done anything sensible. You need common sense. Go to the elderly people and get some common sense. That was what the young lady said. I looked at it and I thought that it was unfortunate. First and foremost, who is Kwame A+? This is the guy. A musician who decided to join the ranks of politics. And he is the MP for Gomoa Central. He's a nice guy. He got into parliament with so much energy. In fact, he rose to some heights with speed. He won the elections when nobody gave him a dog's chance. This is Kwame A+. And he sat down, thought about Easter, and decided that he will give Kwehu some hot competition. And decided to take the Easter from Kwehu all the way to Gomoa. I thought that that was so huge. And anyone could have said he would not succeed. Because this is the first time we are hearing about Easter in Gomoa. Kwehu has always been the destination for Easter and picnic goers during the Easter. Everybody goes to Kwehu. Everybody is talking about Kwehu. And all of a sudden, A+ says he's going to Gomoa. As to where he saw that vision, how he got it, my brother, my sister, we will not be able to conjecture. We have to speak with him. And we did. When we spoke with him, he told us some deep things. I need you to listen to the interview. And when we return, we'll bring the young lady here and some other people who think likewise together and see if what A+ did made sense. In fact, common sense or not. But watch out for the word common sense in this interview. Watch this.
Thank you. So basically what we are trying to do is to make our enclave attractive to investors, to you know that most people went to Dubai for tourism and they ended up buying apartments and investing in Dubai. And we also believe that once we can create this product, which is the Easter Festival, to bring a lot of people into our area, and that will impact our economy in a very significant way. Yesterday, for instance, between Winneba, Cape Coast, Swedro, that whole enclave, there were no hotels. Everywhere you can think of was full. Taxi drivers worked 24 hours. People selling everything, water, cars. So this is exactly what we hope to achieve. This is just a means to an end. The end game is industrializing our area.
Interesting. So, if you were going to have industries in the area, what kind of industries will you be looking at?
Oh, we want to be to Ghana what Dubai is to the UAE. And so if you look at Dubai now, only 5% of their GDP is coming from oil. Every other thing is coming from tourism, from other industries. And so we are looking at every business. It depends on the business themselves to decide whether it makes commercial sense to situate the business in our area. For instance, if you're going to build a starch factory, the best place to put it is Gomoa because we have a lot of cassava. And cassava does well. If you're putting a tomato factory in Mpota, you know that they plant tomatoes all year round. If you are building, how do you call it, lithium batteries, we have lithium in our area. So if you want to assemble electric cars and build batteries, our area should be the best place, because you don't want to transport raw material over many kilometers to produce, which will affect your profit. And so we are looking for everything. It depends on who is looking for what.
Right. Tourism. What is in Gomoa to see?
Everything. One of the natural resources that we have in commercial quantities is common sense. We have common sense in commercial quantities, and that is something very interesting that people would like to come and see. If you saw what we did, Gomoa Central does not have even an area that can host an event. All these years, what they knew, or they had the feeling that the constituency was not a place where you could host such a huge event. Nobody was looking at Gomoa when it came to events. Everybody, nobody would have thought of hosting Ghana Music Awards nominee jam in Gomoa, because they didn't see the potential there. Because we have a lot of common sense, which is also a natural resource, and we applied it, we're able to create an area where nobody believed that something like that could happen, and put it there. We next Easter Carnival, like I've said, we are going to create a waterfall in Gomoa. You will come to Gomoa and see one of the biggest waterfalls in the earth, RASTA. The only thing that we are enjoying is what God gave to us. But when you go outside the country, many people in different countries are creating more. Some of the waterfalls that we know, I don't know if it's Niagara or so. Some of these falls, one of them, I'm not too sure. I stand to be corrected. It's artificial. You go to China, there are many artificial waterfalls. Why can't we create what is a waterfall? It's just water that is falling. How you get the water up there and let it fall and let it continue falling, that is something that you have to do. You see, God gave us a brain, and because He wants us to do more. He wants us to do more of what He did. He wants us to add more to it. That's why we have a brain. So currently we don't have a waterfall, but by the next Easter Carnival, Easter Festival, we are going to have a huge waterfall in Gomoa for people to come and see.
Why did you choose Easter and not Christmas?
Because December in Ghana has come to stay. December in Ghana is well organized. December in Ghana is owned by Ghana Tourism Authority. Easter is open. Easter is not owned by anybody. Kwawus celebrate Easter, but we have shown them that they have to up their game. Now they are having conversations. Now they are planning to book every artist in Ghana so that we won't get artists to go to Gomoa next year. They are already booking artists. And so we chose Easter because we thought that was the weakest link. Kwawu was the weak link, and we had to beat them. And of course we did. We beat them.
That's very true. And many people have actually praised you. How much did it cost to put this big festival together?
It cost a lot of relationship to put it together. It's something that I cannot quantify. Nabil is my brother. Event Factory gave us everything. That's why I keep telling people, when I talk about work, I don't talk about how much money I have in the bank, but how many people I have not treated badly, or how many people I have had a very good relationship with. So if you want to beat me, you have to have a very good relationship with Nabil, because the stage that we built is a stage that has never been built anywhere in this country. Our stage was beautiful. The lighting, the sound, And despite how complex this whole thing looked, we didn't have a single hitch, no technical hitch. There was not a single time when the mic went off, when lights went off. Nothing like that happened. 4 days continuous. And so that should cause a lot. But Nabil is my friend. He gave us something very, very reasonable, something that you will not believe in. You will not get anywhere. So looking at how much we spent on this, even though I won't put the figure out there, because of the relationships that I have with people like Kofi Kinata, who didn't charge to come and perform. Like Sarkodie, we said, look, my brother, just find me some SUV so I can come with my team. Like Kwame Eugene, who said, look, I won't charge you anything that you think can bring me to Gomoa and back. Like Nanama McBrown, who did not even call me. She just came. I was there and I heard that McBrown is here. Like Abeku Santana, who came on. You know, A+ is A+. Everybody's my friend. There's only a few people who don't like me, but you know, many people like me. So everybody came to support.
Everybody came to support. Kwame A+, I will not put the figure out, but it took a lot of relationship to be able to put this together. 4 days, and you could feel the exhaustion in his voice. He made sense. Sense that is uncommon. My brother, he says people go to Dubai for tourism. They end up buying houses there. We are trying to transform Gomoa into Dubai. We will draw the tourists here. What are we going to use to attract them? Common sense. What is the common sense? We have lithium here. You can manufacture cars here, and then be assured that there are batteries that you can also manufacture from here, because we are the hub of lithium. If you want to put up a starch factory, it is going to boom because we have cassava here. According to him, this is where cassava grows best in the whole Ghana. My brother, when you have a visionary MP like this, it is very difficult to find faults with him along lines like this. Somebody is mediocre thinking. The mind is that it has to be roads. If there are no roads, then it means the MP is doing nothing. Can you imagine how much taxi drivers made on the day? All the 4 days? How hotels were packed to capacity all the way to Winneba and beyond? You know how much they made? At the same time, do you know how many investors are already in a queue trying to go to the area because of what they saw there? Now, it is these investors who rush in there and make it possible for the network of roads to be built. Why is it that in some parts of Ghana we have railroads and others we don't? It's simple. Because minerals were found in some of these areas, and the colonial administrator thought that it was wiser to link these areas so that the transportation of people and goods as raw materials would be easier. Now that lithium is in there, now that the whole world's attention is brought to the cassava that is there, cassava starch, my brother, my sister, is a very serious commercial product. What is tourism? People coming on tour, not only to look at statues and to be told histories, but also to look at the business potential of an area. That's tourism. And for A+ to think about this and use his position as a musician and an MP and a businessman to pull this through, I salute. My brother, Kwewu is the hub of Easter celebrations. Today, A+ said he has beaten Kwewu. Such healthy competitions will help a lot. My brother, You know what it's trying to do? Cultural shift. A place that is known for this. Maybe some people are already tired, but there is no option. Now there is an option. Of course, KUMAH has the hills, meandering roads, up on the hills, very picturesque. I love to go to KUMAH. I've been there once all my life, and that was only last year. Am I right? Yes, last year. My brother, my sister, I've heard about KUMAH from when I was not even born, but I was only able to go to KUMAH only last year, once, and the place attracted me like a magnet. I would love to go there again and again, but I've been to Gomoa over and over. Now that we have a big festival happening there, it will be an opportunity to go there. Now that I've been told that cassava does well there, oh, there's lithium somewhere, my brother, it is an opportunity for me to go and see the common sense in the area so that I will be able to tap into this. A+ has built roads in the area. So what the young lady said, yes, it drew my attention to the thing, but it is time to educate people like that and let them understand that it is not the NP's duty to build the road. Yes, you can use the common fund, you know, to do some things, but to build an infrastructure like a road, like a school, like a hospital, you can leverage your connections, your links with those who make those decisions. That's the duty of the MP. Now A+ has brought Gomoa Fest Carnival to the area. My brother, do you know the number of people who went there even for the first time? Tens of thousands of people. The roads were crowded. Taxi drivers work 24 hours. That's the real 24-hour economy for all 4 days. At the end of the day, my brother, my sister, it will be difficult for anybody to push A+ aside and become the MP of the area in the next elections, unless A+ says he doesn't want to go. Because this is visionary. Remember, he gave the people internet. Many would have said, oh, no, we want something else. But internet opens the window to the world. You know that. Right now, business is done online. Right now, we have TV online, radio online. You can order for food online. Some people live online. They do their businesses online. And online is busily competing. Better still, out-competing on road. To give you internet is to push you into the future. To teach you the internet is to show you the new world. That is where the real world is moving now. Or better still, has moved. So to KUMAH A+, we want to appreciate you. Soon we'll be in your community. Like we went to AYAWASO to talk to the AYAWASO Mayweather. We'll come to your constituency as well. Though we know a lot of things that you're doing already, we would have to let our cameras capture exactly what is going on. And this vision, we applaud, and we hope other MPs are also able to think outside the box so that they will give some permanence of infrastructure to their constituents. Grow the infrastructure in their heads that will remain forever. Through that, many things can come out. Unlike just building the infrastructure and they become white elephants. People don't even go there, no matter how much we encourage them. When you build the infrastructure in their heads, they will live with the infrastructure till they die. And before they die, they would have shared that with a lot of people who will keep living on. So that kind of infrastructure never dies. Not even the flood can take it away. Not even the volcano. Congratulations to A+. We appreciate you and we love you. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a last story. Hey yo! Hey ya! Wayo!
Blakk Pot. Kuku show man.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it will only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the people. And thanks so much to our sponsors. Thanks so much to Tesori Doriente. Turn every shower into a royal experience. And thanks so much to Millennium Insurance. Remember, your trustworthy partner. And of course to Lemfi. Oh my God. If you're sending money for America, Canada, and Europe, if it's not Lemfi, don't send it. I remember that you don't get any transfer fees. Most competitive rates. And as a first-time sender, use the referral code 1RASTA. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 5. Watch this. Shatta Wale proves yet again he is king of fraud. Shatta Wale is an artist many people love in Ghana. Charles Niama Mensah is his name. Sometimes he makes very careless statements and he gets into trouble. Other times he gets it right. My brother, my sister, we have had occasion to talk about this, and he threatened to take us to court. In other words, he threatened to sue. Every thief who is arrested in this country, every Sakawa boy arrested in this country and on his way into extradition is a friend of this guy, Shatta Wale. We all remember Kofi Boat, his friend. He even called him Godfather. My brother, my sister, it came out that over 100 million of wire fraud cash Kofi Boat was involved in. He came out to defend him and say that it was just by a certain mistake that Kofi Boat's name was mentioned. Now, Kofi Boat was so rich, he didn't need fraud money. My brother, my sister, it didn't end there. Then there was also Hajia for real. Oh yes, they are friends. Then came some other people like Dr. Sledge and the rest. A lot of them. Maybe some have not been discovered yet. Every Sakawa boy, every thief that is supposed to go on extradition is a friend of Shatta Wale. They have met in one way or the other. So people were wondering, why? Then he said that because he's a very famous artist, a lot of people come around him. Rich people, poor people, men and women. So, could it be a coincidence? One Sakawa boy, second Alex Sakawa boy, third one, fourth one, and they have photographs, and he comes to even defend them without really knowing the facts, like Kofi Boat. Right now, Kofi Boat is in America sweating. His colleagues have already confessed to the crime that they did together, allegedly, and they are waiting to be sentenced. Kofi Boat is in the heat there. A man that Shatta Wale defended with his blood. Then he himself came on stage on a number of times to say that he is not a musician. He is a Sakawa boy. Another time he said he's a browser. And in Ghana, when you are a Sakawa boy, you are a cyber fraud person. Cyber fraudster. You are a thief. Maybe where he lives, Sakawa means wache. In Ghana, when we say this guy be browse boy, or he dey browse, he's an internet fraudster, he's a thief. Maybe where Shatta Wale lives, if they say you dey browse, it means that you dey dance. You are a dancer. But all Ghanaians know that this one, he dey browse, means he's a cyber fraudster. In Nigeria, they say Yahoo boy, Yahoo, Yahoo. Sakawa is internet fraud. But he comes out to defend them time after time. And the FBI is coming. And you know when Blakk Rasta says it, it happens. The FBI is coming. And I leave it here. I have said it time and again. Some people said, oh, he's envious of him. Some said he's jealous of him. And he himself has threatened. And even brought out something to show that, oh, he's taking Blakk Rasta to court in a suit. And I'm always happy when people decide to go official. That's what the law says. If somebody defames you and you can't find an amicable solution, go to court. My brother, my sister. But maybe my brother, after sitting back and thinking twice, felt that, you know what, this is not worth it. Or better still, my brother has a point. We don't hate Shatta Wale. We love the country. That's all. Anybody who doesn't love the country, we can't love the person. True? How would the country grow if we allow all the things that draw a country back to happen? Why is Blakk Rasta talking too much? Shatta Wale was at Gomoa Fest. A+ organized Gomoa Fest. I wasn't there. But I was told that he put up an enigmatic, energetic performance as usual. He never disappoints. I will hardly go to a show where people mini vanilli, mime. It's not my thing. I love to see live music. So I wasn't there. Okay? He was there. Some videos that I saw, energy. The people were cheering. Then all of a sudden, he decided to tell the people to chant after him, free Abu Trika. And the reason he gave to have Abu Trika freed will shock you. Watch this.
Muka free Abu, free Abu, free Abu, free Abu. Money mdensi ame ba onyu moy. Ghana yatsna siama in comfort na happiness so. Oh, a young boy. Now you say yeah, baby. My government and our government official behind Fabi Metal. So what did they make? So much Abu Trika. Because of 13,000, I mean, do now. Me Ghana, me wano. Me obian famindi kwasi asema. Me sumindi ni mi ya kwasi asema. But obian mi kwasi asema. Me gana soma mi chao to me yashi. Cause me wa Ghana. Now government for asma say yes you show be car right. Yaba me afia say amusi me fraud. Anko muchi me anko mbedi omutru. Mo nyina abuchi ka mamusika amodi aya chino amoka ne wansem no mo hwe mo wie what dey make no mama yanfa mo ka free abu wasia ama ejuma manka ama ejuma nka o make say obi a fraud obi anya fraud wa ya nyina ye pesika ana pesika pesika.
Look at this level of thinking. This level of thinking. These are the same people. When the nation starts to go haywire, everybody is involved in a certain level of fraud. They will come and say the nation is not going well. Have you observed it? Those people who call for lawlessness, the moment the real lawlessness starts, they are the first to run. Hey, yeah. To those who don't speak Twi or Akan, what did SHATTA WALE say? He said, you people, you realize that they have arrested Abu Trika. And Abu Trika, by now, all of you know that he is on his way to America on extradition. They have been organizing some boys to come around the court. It's their democratic right to demonstrate free Abu Trika. And we hear a lot of them are from Swedro, his hometown. My brother, they come to the court time after time. And we have also heard some irresponsible broadcasters come out and blanketedly say, free Abu Trika. And what is their reason? Well, let's concentrate on what SHATTA WALE said. He said that if you, the government, you have made jobs available, do you think anybody would have done fraud? Or better still, would you have come to tell us that we are doing fraud? We are not doing fraud. We are just looking for money. They are not doing fraud. What they are doing on the internet, that the government calls fraud, that the FBI calls fraud, is not fraud. It's just looking for money. That's what it is, according to SHATTA WALE. He didn't end there. He said, all of you here, some of you have received money from Abu Trika. Any one of you who has ever received money from him, and today that he's been arrested, you are talking ill of him, God will punish you. That's what SHATTA WALE said. He ended up by saying, me, SHATTA WALE, the other day they said a certain car was lost and they found it with me. Some Lamborghini. They were lucky that they didn't arrest me. The expletives he used there, I cannot repeat. My brother, if we are doling out the taxpayers' money to bring authorities into power, to be able to make us comfortable by making sure law and order work, and we have elements like SHATTA WALE demeaning this, And it's terrible. Are you above the law? He said if they had arrested him, something would have happened. And I hear a certain broadcaster sit on radio to say, oh, he has a lot of followers. Therefore, if they touch him, the whole Ghana will go on fire. I prefer seeing Ghana on fire for the right thing to be done than to keep Ghana out of fire and the wrong thing is being done. How many people agree? Are we building a lawless state? Are some people above the law? Are some people bigger than the law? Shouldn't the fact that you have a following make you more responsible? It is sad. According to him, Abu Trika is only being pulled to the United States because of some 30,000 American dollars. Does it matter even if it was $10? Did he steal the money or not? Should it matter how much you have stolen before you can be made accountable? That's the level of thinking. He defends almost every Sakawa boy, every thief. Kofi Boat, now Abu Trika. Yes, they have not been convicted yet. But the court is saying, Abu Trika on his way on extradition. SHATTA WALE says, no, free him. Free him if you had made jobs available. These things you're talking about wouldn't have happened. Me, myself, I'm a Sakawa boy. I am a browser. They browse. Sako, they browse before. Those of you who support blindly, it's on to you. Let the country go in flames. It's not only Blakk Rasta who go down the drain. Maybe before it gets to me, I have a passport that is like a children's picture book. I can fly to any part of the world and I'll be received well. Because I have a track record that is enviable. How about you? What's your pedigree? So when you support rot, please think. Yes, you might love the musician. You might love his music. But it's not everything that he says you must follow, hook, line, and sinker, just because you love him. No, sometimes when you do that, you're actually killing the person. Much as Jesus Christ loved his disciples, sometimes he chastised them for the wrong thing. Okay? I am not disappointed that SHATTA WALE would say this. Today when FBI comes and says that, oh, SHATTA WALE, we need you to come and answer a few things, blah, 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 blah. Then there's a problem. People will say it's Blakk Rasta. What are the other Blakk Rastas who want to see the right thing done without fear or favor? I won't fear SHATTA WALE or his following and not speak the truth. Would you? Then some people will put up a very weak argument. But we also want Kenoforiata here. They have not brought him here. And no, the same way Abu Trika is going to court, Kenoforiata is going to court over there. They are not sleeping. The lawyers are working on it. That's what it is. My brother, my sister, I think that what SHATTA WALE said was very unfortunate, and right-thinking people should criticize this and put the artist on the right state. I will always do it. And if that means that I hate him, I envy him, I am jealous of him, whatever you want to put on it, it's on to you. Well, A+ organized this event. And we spoke with A Flats to find out. Some of the artists came on stage and they were saying Abu Trika must be freed. What do you think about that? What did A+ say? Watch this.
A
a lot of reports are coming out of the festival, and everybody is quite excited. Now, one key thing is about this Free Abu Trika movement. So many artists came on stage and they were chanting Free Abu Trika. How does it make you feel?
Oh, I think that everybody has the right to protest. That is why we are a democracy. Everybody everybody is innocent until proven guilty, and so it is in their right place to protest until Abu Trika is found guilty and extradited to the U.S. or is jailed in the U.S. People must go out there and shout free Abu Trika. We cannot, Abu Trika as it stands now is not a criminal as it stands now until he's found guilty by a court. We cannot call him a criminal, and therefore he can get people to protest. So it's okay, it's normal.
Of course, it's okay, it's normal. Like we said earlier, those who go to the court with the placards, it's in their democratic right to do that. My brother, my sister, but where you have an artist say the things that Shatta Wale said, to the point that if the authorities had arrested him, something would have happened. My brother, are you daring the authorities? Are you trying to say that you are above the law? But you were picked up and locked up by Dampari. What did you do? You were picked up and locked up. What did you do? What happened? What happened? Picked up, locked up. What happened? So I think my brother Shatta, yes, you might have fans following you. Charlie, when it gets to that critical position, they will advise themselves and walk away. Nobody is going to follow you to hell. Let's put that here. Yeah, they might make noise, come around you, fight for you, but when you are entering hell, a lot of them will say Subhanallah and move back. So be careful how you use your fan base. I respect that fan base. I love that fan base. I wish I had a fan base like that. Which artist wouldn't wish that he has that? That's why I've never criticized your fan base. But your utterances are nauseating sometimes. I can't even say that word. We got to be careful. What kind of youth are we raising? Will you be happy that your children do this kind of jobs? Of course, they are all innocent until they are proven guilty. That is why the courts must be allowed to do their work. The court says Abu Trika should be sent there. You say they must free him. The youth should do whatever they are doing to make their money. They shouldn't let anybody tell them that that is fraud. Those who have ears, let them hear. And if you call this hatred, jealousy, envy, when the time comes, we shall all bear testimony. If you want to build a good nation, the law must be the law. It doesn't matter whether it is a Shatta who has broken it, or a thunder who has broken it, or a lightning who has broken it, or a fire who has broken it, a Rasta, a pastor. No, you should act like electricity. If you touch it without the right gadgets. Wow, JJ is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo. And here we speak truth to power. And when this one was published on Ghana Web, and just go read the comments there. Not one comment endorses what Shatta Wale says. Not one. we know that sometimes some of these comments can be skewed, but go read. And other blogs that have published this. My brother Shatta Wale, you have a very bright future. What you are seeing right now is not a future. You will get bigger, but that will depend on how you handle it now. It's a Blackport, aka Koko Shodemo, where we speak truth to power. All right, time now to take your messages. And at this point, I just want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you so much to Tesori Doriente. Oh, turn every single shower into a royal experience. It is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials and ingredients to give you that beautiful shower gel that smells like heaven. Oh my God. Tesori Doriente. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. Remember, your trustworthy partner. And Lemfi. When we talk about Lemfi, sending money from America, sending money from Canada, we'll give you $20 back as a first-time sender. Just use the referral code, 1RASTA, and everything is everything. No transfer fees, and we'll give you the most competitive rates. If it's not Lemfi, don't send it. Tell your business partners, family and friends abroad who are sending you money right here in Ghana. Lemfi is here, and I'm a proud Lemfian. Thank you so much. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a certain story that you want us to follow up on. We are more than excited to do that. Okay? Let's see your comments. And we are done for the day. Ben Azu says it's time. Ufoma Holy Omoto says, good evening, the great Black Rasta. And yeah, how are you doing, Ufoma? Eric Nyanzu says, good evening, my English teacher. I'm learning English from you. Fire. More comments coming in. And remember to send them via Facebook and also via YouTube. Isa Yesu says, hello, Black Rasta. Hopefully you and your team are doing well. We are here this evening to share the live and like comments and also listen to the facts. Because here is where you can hear facts first. We always appreciate your good work. Keep it up, Black Rasta. And the TCJJ then Kuma says, good evening, sir. The Kuka. And of course, Nana Ogumpawa says, my special greetings to spiritual president Nana Obidiaba. More fire. Okay. More comments coming in. We have William Orkine says, that's my man. Isaka says, Englishman, I love you, bro. Ras Okokofisun Moon says, come here, watch this. Dash it away. King Wood King says, more fire. Riches Banks Jr. says, one Rasta. Alexander Chapman. Always blaming Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and you say you love your brothers. Which one is that? Nobody mentioned Bawumia today. So if my brother is doing the wrong thing, I should keep quiet. More comments coming in. Okay. And then we have Abu Didon. He says he's just hypocrite. Which one? Who is that hypocrite? Let's know. Nasara Bugri says, thanks to Father Lord. Tompo says, hi, my brother Black. I hope all is well with you by grace. Yes, I go for wisdom. Says, how was your weekend? Good. And then also, says, charity, they say, begins at home. Okay? I love that. Start criticizing your home first. Okay? John Boko Atisoga says, how can they fix our hospitals when government can fix our gutters and drainage systems in the capital city? Frankly speaking, I don't trust any of these leaders, apart from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who was so dedicated, the president. Why should I waste my precious energy on so-called leaders? But Stephen says, good evening, Black Rasta. It pains me when I hear people say you have been paid or have been getting paid by politicians. I know what you mean. May God bless you for the good work you are doing. All right? Who knows it, knows it. All right? So we are not really bothered about that. For religion thy will, says Black Pot. Eric Yao Lopez Abankwa says, why, hey, Osai Bedu says, come here, the Black Pot, aka Kukusho no more. And it says, chase those crazy ball heads all the time. Yakubu Osman says, very sad. Kamaldin Imoru says, why? More comments coming in. I remember, send them via YouTube. You could also come via Facebook. Isaka says, Black Empire Media. You are absolutely right. NS Selam says, African leaders, that's Ghanaian presidents, go there to be treated, but they are killed. They come to close their eyes here in Ghana. I like that metaphor. Okay? General Amin says, Black Rasta, you made me weep today after listening to late President Mills once again. Dash it away. All right? More comments. Send them in. YouTube, Facebook. We have Kweku Mbill. Hey, Kweku Mbill. Long time no see. Kweku Mbill. Brother Kweku. He says, tribalism. When will we bury that evil idea? If you can't criticize your own brother when he's wrong, then how can you call yourself a true patriot of Ghana? So that's in response to you, Mr. Chapman. Tribalism. Oh, Baumia, they are from the same place, so he shouldn't criticize Baumia. Oh, like Jesus Christ said, forgive them for they know not. Brother Kweku, forgive them. They know not. Robert Anaba says, Baba Jamal is a disgrace to our political discourse and our Muslim community. He finds it easy to lie and again disappointed in the leadership of the NDC. All right? Okay? More comments coming in. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, welcome, Black Rasta. Moo of Fire. Emmanuel Ania says, welcome, King of Truth. GADS GH says, greetings, Black. Happy Monday. We're live. Oi. Louis Oklu says, welcome, Professor. Happy holiday. JDS GH says, Black, speak truth to power. Our country or nothing. Oi. Wani Boy says, hope you had a great weekend and a wonderful time during the holiday. It's Monday and the pot is hot. Oi. Rich Lip says, watching you live from Missouri. Oh, wow. Reminds me of University of Central Missouri, UCM. I salute Professor Albion Menz. He gave me something that nobody could give me. Thank you. I salute you. Wow. You go to America and teach American students and be hailed. Oh, it all happened in Missouri. First time I was flying into that state. And before I left, a number of students began to dress like me. White students. What we did there, oh my God. The students who have completed long since keep writing on social media. It was their best time in school. And they wonder if anything like this will ever happen again. Thank you. Professor Albion Menz, I love you. Right now, Emmanuel Ania says, I was honestly disappointed to also see some musicians chant Free Abu. Hey, have we now come to accept fraud in this country? That's it. And if we don't stamp it out, my brother, it's going to be the in thing. We're going to be like Nigeria. Everybody in Nigeria wants to run out of Nigeria. And they are being maltreated all over the place. You go to South Africa, they don't want to see Nigerians. You go to Tanzania, they don't want to see Nigerians. As for Europe, it's even worse. Meanwhile, these are a beautiful people. It's just that they allowed what we are trying to allow now to happen to them. Will you sit down and watch it? Dabida. Right? Emmanuel Ania continues. He says, Baba Jamal should spare us this joke. Even if his fans gave it out. In whose name? More comments coming in. And I see Edwin Bonnie says, watching from home, New York City, the Big Apple. All right. Raskava says, long live Professor Black Rasta. Long live the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo. Louis Oklu says, why, share. Paul Pounds says, good evening, Black. I can't stop watching the show because it's informative and educative. Keep it up. Emmanuel Ania says, Cadman Mills should be bold enough to say the real problems he has against Bahama. All these reasons from him don't seem to be the real reasons from where I sit. He says his time with Mahama was the worst, the biggest mistake. And I think he blamed it on himself. Though he wasn't very clear. He said he wasn't thinking right after his brother's death. I love debates like this. Maybe one of these days, if he would give us that opportunity, we'll come into the studio and sit down and then have a beautiful discussion. I think this is healthy. Just that some people are megalomaniacs. You know what that word means? You know, even if they are wrong, say, this little twerp, you know, who is he? What's his academic, you know, that kind of vibe? They must always be right. I think that is the syndrome Dr. Cadman Mills has. I might be wrong, but the things that he's glorifying, like flying out of the country when we are paying the money from our taxes to fix the thing. You are busily flying left, right, and center to fix to fix you. And we die here. And he says it's okay. Really? Samuel A. Sunday Adedekum says, I traveled from Norway to vote. Nana Ado, 2016, when I was told that you protect the public purse, only to swim in the air with Sewa Bruni. What a shame. I like it when you say swim in the air. You know, that's English literature. I love it. Ahmed Michael says, hey, our country or nothing, notre pays, ou rien. Himadalania says, what? I was expecting to hear from Baba Jamal. It's for him to denounce his MP. I think people can do anything to indeed gain power. He should bow down his head in shame. Samuel A. Sunday Adedekun says, Blakk, please speak truth to power. That justice delayed is justice denied. And I hate to hear the wheels of justice grind slowly. Yeah, okay. Charlotte Agbeka says, Atta Mills' brother can resign. It's not by force to keep the appointment. Well, that was then MAHAMA'S first tenure. You know? So, right now, he doesn't have any appointment. He says he only takes consultancy once in a while when he is broke. And at his age, almost 80, I think that's a huge achievement to have the level of, you know, he's a sharp thinker. Yeah. All right. So we have John Kelly Kwanzaa. Say, Rasta, big up, more respect. Tell them your values, not respect. Samuel A. Sunday Adedekun says, Blakk, please don't worry when people say bad things about you. It means you are rather on the right track. Don't mind Mr. Mills, Dr. Mills. Okay? Which one good thing has he done in Ghana? It's just cool down. Amato Michael says crime is bad for the good image of our country, but we must stop extraditing our citizens to another country, rather jail them in Ghana. We have to fix our legal system and make it watertight. Just the other day, Anas proved to us that we still can bribe judges with goats and some chicken change. That's a scar on the mind of our judiciary up till now. Okay? Yes. People like Justice Francis Apangabuno Achibunga have been praised a lot in the past. They, people like him, are those who are keeping the judiciary bright. To God be the glory. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, also talk about those other musicians like Kese, Patapa, who all called for free Abu. All of them are included. Remember we mentioned, I didn't watch everything. Like I told you, I'm not interested in miming. If they all did it, it's all to them. They are all included. But the one who went extra mile to say, to wait that this thing is not a crime, it's making money. And that if they had arrested him with that Lambo, Ghana would have whatever. My brother, you were arrested by Dampare, locked up. You came back and went to the sea to wash off. What happened? Did Ghana bend? You talk, yab, then they catch you like a fowl, throw you in there and lock you up. Look, fans, some of us, we are a little older than them. We know what fans can do. Hey, Blakk, tell them. Hey, Blakk, tell them. Will they come? Blakk, hey, we will there behind you. Tell them. And Blakk Rasta, the day of reckoning comes. Charlie Blakk, my mother is sick. I'm sorry, I don't go fit come. Hey, Blakk, you know, the time we will tell you, say, for talk, no, like, as you talk, it's good, but where you go enter, no, like that side, you know, for talk. Oh, Blakk, okay, you know something, you go where they come. Before you realize the handcuffs are on you, you turn around, you're looking for the fans. If you are lucky, 10 fans will stand there weeping, whilst the majority of people are clapping to have you locked up. Be careful. Even Jesus, with all the multitudes that followed him everywhere, when he was being crucified, what did the multitudes do? Be careful. The multitudes, at the time he fed 5,000 people. They followed him everywhere. Anybody Jesus Christ healed, he told them, don't tell anybody. Your faith has healed you. You know why? He was trying to avoid people crowding him. The Bible says even where he went without mentioning it to people, people were hinted and they rushed to wherever he was in their multitudes, in their droves. When it came to time to crucify him, how many of them were there? Could they stop the authorities from doing it? Even Jesus. Now, and if you're at take it easy, okay? Crime is bad for the image of our country. We must stop extraditing. Then Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, also talk about talk about the other people. Yeah, we've talked about them. They are all included. You know, all of them who said it, it's unto them. You know, well, you know, it is what it is. And, well, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. God bless you. To God be the glory. It's been Easter Monday celebrations and we are here. Thank you so much for making us number one. Remember, this is the headquarters of the truth. The truth is not comfortable. It's not pleasant. But we always say it. Thank you so much for always listening to the truth, standing by the truth, supporting the truth. Thanks so much to all our sponsors. Thanks so much to Millennium Insurance. Oh, your trustworthy partner. Thanks so much to Tesori, Doriente. Turn every shower into a royal experience. Thanks so much to Lemfi. If it is not Lemfi, don't send it. Remember the referral code, 1RASTA. It's been a Blackport, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. We catch you again tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock. Until then, hey ya, hey you,